Hello. Hello, hello. Hi, Hux. Hi, Matthew. We'll get started in a little bit. I'm just gonna get my usual water and stuff. See you in a bit. Okay, let's get started. Happy Omena Day. That's right, it was today. Okay, I'll talk about that. But first, go ahead and direct. Should I do Zatsu or main? Yeah, we'll do Zatsu first. Just for a teensy bit, and then we're gonna get straight into it because we got a pretty full queue. But depending on how fast I go through it, I might actually be able to take in like a couple more things. We'll see. But hello, everyone. Hello. I'm Babinka Bear, art historian, and Sunbear PNGTuber. And today we're doing yet another stream of art appreciation. Woo! Yeah, the snow bear. The bear of the polar variety. Let me put on some music. What are we listening to today? What? Something went wrong. What went wrong? Ooh, nice. You got a sapin. I don't think anyone has gotten that yet. Uh-oh. Wait. OBS disconnected? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, no. Oh, reconnected. Okay. Did I die? Okay. Am I alive? You got Biko and Ube. Nice. Thanks for the redeem. I'm back, right? Am I back? Okay, we can hear you. Okay, Milky, hello. Mega Bronson, hello. Thanks for redeeming your sniffa stickers. Nice. You got Halo. That's one of my favorites, the Halo sticker. Yeah. Milky, you got coffee jelly. I freaking love coffee jelly. I love coffee jelly so much. It's one of my favorites. Hello, everyone. Hi. I wasn't able to. You guys were saying Happy Omena Day earlier. I wasn't able to like stop by her stream. I was like not necessarily offline today, but I just wanted to like play a video game. Ah! Is that punishment? Is that punishment for not for not attending Omena's birthday? Hi, Sime. Ooh, we got the champurrado sticker. Nice Babanana. Oh, and Sushi, you got the Maha Blanca. Nice, nice. I'm so happy that you guys are redeeming the stickers. Oh man. Wait, let me catch up. Let me catch up. Okay. Yippee! Yeah, Hello Hello is so cute. No, there's no super rare stickers. It's all like completely randomized. So you might actually get the same one twice, if not multiple times. But hello everyone. I don't think I've ever had coffee jelly. Mega Bronson, you must. It's like I don't know, it's like basically the same thing. Well, not the same thing, but have you had like buko pandan with like the speak of the devil. Speak of the buko pandan and it shall appear. Get the buko pandan sticker. Thanks for redeeming. Is that May Shark or Sime? I think that's Sime. Nice. You got the buko pandan. You got your sniffer sticker. Filipinos of Twitch. But you know how buko pandan has like jelly and it's like in a liquid? It's the same with coffee jelly except it's coffee flavors. So it's like coffee jelly but it's in like a coffee. Is it just straight coffee? It's like sweeter. It's like way sweeter. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I haven't put on any music yet. Okay, what are we listening to? We can keep the vaporwave going. Okay, so I was like, hold on, which one is Buko Pandan? And then it showed up. Yeah, exactly. Gotta hit up Omona for Babinka Bear stickers. Thank you, boo. I just got some Arizona iced tea. Yeah, it's really good. Coffee jelly is one of my favorites. Okay, so what was I up to today? I didn't watch any streams today because I don't know, it was a 3-day weekend, right? And like last night I what is it? Like divulged a bit in some little hee hee ha ha drinking, but it wasn't even that much. I just had one Angry Orchard, like literally one cider. And I didn't get drunk, but like I just woke up today so tired. like couldn't even get out of bed tired, just super unmotivated. So what I ended up doing today is I ended up replaying Hypnospace Outlaw, but off stream. Just so that I could like appreciate all of the pages and like read through everything, you know? So I literally did that like until like 30 minutes ago. We also like Beans and I also did a slight side quest where we went to go get groceries and we also got some foodums. But but yeah, I literally just did that today, and so now I'm feeling like in a very vaporwave mood. So if it's okay with y'all, we're gonna listen to some more vaporwave. All that to say this. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the decoration? Where's the thing that shows you what I'm listening to? What is this? What is this hoopla? Got time to hypnospace bear to yourself? Yeah, exactly. Yes, we are old. Yeah. It was really just one cider. It wasn't even hard liquor. It was cider. It was Angry Orchard. Wherever you guys are tuning in from, do you guys have Angry Orchard? Wait, I'm also trying to window capture? Come on, where is it? Where's my Spotify? Oh no! You're seeing everything. Let me fix that real quick. Hydrate, don't dehydrate? You got it. I do have my Arizona. Let me take a sippy right now. From Radiation Bear, hello! Hello, welcome, welcome! Bear sibling, so cute. I love that emote. Falling asleep in British time. Eepy babink. Yeah, if I know it's kind of late for your time right now, isn't it, Hux? So you know, I thank you for tuning in, but don't be afraid if you feel eepy. Oh yeah, you said you have the week off, right? But still, if you feel eepy, don't feel pressured. But yeah, I think let's go ahead and get started. Maybe a little bit. First off, let me make sure. Can you guys even hear the Spotify? I put it pretty low now that I think about it. You set a timer to wake up? Okay, cool. Well, alright, let's just jump right into it. So, for those who aren't, who haven't tuned into any of my art appreciation streams before, or for those that just want a bit of a See, I can't words. This is how, like, EP I've been today. A refresher! For people who need a little bit of a refresher, these streams are basically just a way to look at really beautiful art, and sometimes it doesn't have to be limited to like just visual art. Sometimes it could be animation, because we're gonna be looking at animation today, and music. You're totally good. Today's an EP day. Yeah. For the fellow Bear Americans, it's a 3-day weekend. It's one of those, like, I feel like I should be doing something, but I don't want to do anything. I even, like, was very tempted. I got, like, a work email today from like, to be fair, some of my coworkers, they're, like, they just email whenever they feel like it, but I'm the kind of person that's, like, if I get an email before 9 or after 5, I am not gonna respond to it. So I did get a work email from someone who, like, has a different, you know, philosophy on that. And then I had to be like, no, I'm not gonna answer. No. Like, unless it's urgent, I'm not gonna be a dick about it, right? If it's urgent and I need to respond right away, then yes, I will respond. But if it's not urgent, I'll be like, okay, this can wait. This can wait until tomorrow at 9 o'clock. You totally agree? Awesome. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into the art appreciations, shall we? I do have a queue. Let me just let's see. It's in the Discord. There we go. I have my queue. The first one is actually let me redirect here. No me. Oh no, but you said yippee earlier. You got the cassava cake sticker. Thanks for redeeming your daily scratch and sniff sticker. I really enjoy saying it, by the way. What did you do? You said yippee, and then you redeemed your sticker. Yeah, that's just like a daily check-in type thing. Well, not daily, but every time I stream. So, Radiation Bear, you got Buko Pandan. Nice. Yeah, it's just a nice little visual to have. It doesn't do anything. It's just a nice little, like, oh, today you got the Buko Pandan. Maybe next stream you'll get something else. But as you can see, it also calculates your cumulative total. So each of you both have like 1 sticker. Other people have like more, right? But you know, it's not a competition at all. You know, there's no prize or anything if you tune into every single one. But it's just a nice thing just to see, like, oh man, I've tuned into 10 streams. You haven't had cassava cake in a long time. It's also been a minute for me. I do really like cassava cake, especially how my dad makes it. Perfect for a first time redeem. It's a green little bear. Yeah, it's Buko Pandan. It sparks. Hey! How dare you? I also fixed up this redeem so that I don't stay angry. After 10 seconds, I'm gonna. There you go. It's like, I'm okay with this. G money. It sparks joy. I'm happy. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad that it sparks joy. But yeah. Alright, let's get into A. I'm angry for 10 seconds. No throwing stuff in class. No throwing stuff in your art history class. But yeah, so the first thing we're gonna be appreciating today. Actually, let me show you what we have in store, just so you have like a little preview. Pet, thank you, Sushi. Thank you. See, Sushi knows the proper etiquette of being in an art appreciation class. Yeah, I did put a limit on it just so that the entire stream wasn't just like me getting pelted with like bikes and fruit and sometimes a bear. Hey! No! Milky, why? I have no points to throw stuff. It's okay, you can build it up. I gotta find a way to like see what the too many. Fine, maybe I'll discount it in the next stream. Too many. the emotes. I throw for Sushi. Ooh, who got the Vite Height. You got the Sapin sticker. I love Sapin. Well, I think all of these I love. I can't think of a dessert that I'm like, it's kind of mid. Be nice to the bear. Yeah. Listen to Radiation Bear. Be nice. Milky woke up and chose violence. Yeah. I miss all of these like rice cake types. Alright, so this is what we have in store for today. So we have a music, like an artist. Like a musical artist. This was recommended by Dia Nork, and then after that we have a video that I believe Nomi recommended in the Discord about the girl with the pearl earring. After that, we have F Crosser, who I believe C May recommended. They have some art over here. Looks pretty cool. I don't know all of these characters. They might be original characters, but they look cool. And we got Jurge Chungus. Jurge Chungus. Oh, let me catch up on chat. I meant to... many things being thrown. Don't pelt the bear. These stickers just make me crave desserts. That's the plan. You gotta get some stuff done. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Milky. Thanks for the redeems. Yeah. Bye, Milky. Thank you. Have a good work day. Mostly OC. Punch punch. Yeah. We got Jurge Chungus. We got the ones that I think Matthew was the one who recommended this animator, actually. This animator. So I'll be looking at a couple of their stuff, including... No, I'll keep that a surprise, actually. I'll keep that a surprise. After that, we have... I believe this is all C-May's stuff, right? You put it in the Discord, right? So we got C-May's stuff. F-Crosser made your Twitter banner. Nice, nice, nice. Just grabbing my sticker before heading off to make dinner. I'll probably be back if you're... Yeah, I'll probably be on for at least, like, an hour or two. Next step is to set up a shop where you sell the items that the stickers are I thought about selling these as stickers before, but I don't know if I have the bandwidth to set up a shop, you know? Also, we have this. Whatever this is. This was recommended by Zako VT. George made that gif of Omona being hydraulic pressed by Randon. Ah, we might take a look at that. Yeah, this one. This is Top Roast, isn't it? From Homestuck? Well, we'll take a look. And then... Lastly, beeplebees recommended this artist, who I actually did know about. This is actually one of my favorite artists, Happy You. And then there's a couple more in the Discord, but just for my own stamina, I'm just gonna cover that next time. Unless I feel fine by the end of this stream, in which case maybe I'll look at the last one, but yeah. Set up shop where you sell the items that the stickers are... Oh, that's what you meant. When you said Corpa, I was like sell the stickers as a corporate something? My old art. Ooh, nice. No, I wanted the desserts. Oh, okay. So set up a shop in which I sell stuff like Buko Pandan and coffee jelly. I mean, if my dad... That's... Okay. A slight tangent before we, like, get into it. And I know I've been going into tangents. I don't know, a part of me wants my dad to capitalize on his cooking skills, because he's a really good cook and he loves making stuff, right? Oh no, my voice is already getting croaky. Let me get some Arizona iced tea. We haven't even started yet. Ah! Tangent juice. Whoa, what the? Oh, F1 does that automatically. I was like, what happened? Do potlucks? Yeah, I think he would enjoy that. He loves cooking. And like, I thought, I don't know, I feel like there's a way to like... Maybe it's the dutiful daughter in me, but it's like, if he were like TikTok famous or something, he'd probably like get a lot of people like appreciating him too, you know? Like... makes awesome stuff. And I see a lot of like, you know, Asian elders, or I guess elders in general, that like with the help of their like children or grandchildren, you know, like they end up getting like a big audience and stuff. He's vegan. Yeah, he's vegan. So he could, I don't know, you know, I feel like that's a niche that people could explore, like vegan Filipino food. You know how, have you guys heard of Our Filipino Grandma? There's like I don't know if it's just TikTok. I've only seen them on like Instagram, but I think it's like a Filipino dude, but like he's working with his Lola, and it's just charming little videos like of her just doing like, I don't know, just funny things basically. So I don't know, sometimes I think about that, but it's also like, I don't know if I have the bandwidth to do that. I don't know if I have the bandwidth to like help my dad do something like that, even though I would want to, you know, because I already have the full-time job. I got my streaming shtick. Zaka, we are gonna look at it. We are gonna look at it. Vegan Filipino desserts. Yeah! Well, actually, I also feel like a lot of Filipino desserts are vegan by default, right? Like a lot of the rice cake ones. So, like, there's a couple that he would need to veganize, but yeah. The Kapampangan one? Is it? Let me check. Our Filipino grandma. Wait, did something happen to her? Is she hasn't passed, has she? No, it looks like she's it's a look, let me link. Big stretch. There we go. This is the one that I'm talking about. Well, I stretch. Wait, was there like a Kapampangan Filipino grandma that has unfortunately passed? That's the context that I'm getting from this. Coconut milk heavy, Thank you for redeeming the big stretch, Radiation Bear. Pretty sure all the Filipino food is basically vegetarian, save for like a fourth of them. This other one, the guy's taking care of her grandma. Okay. Yeah, this one is just like her being like kind of derpy. Like, I thought you were talking about someone else. I don't even know. I just assumed because the textures are milky, I assume milk. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it was Chris Punsalan. Oh, I've never seen this guy before. Bears gotta look out for each other. Yeah. Wait, we gotta get into our art appreciation. Remind me, we can come back to this topic. But, yeah, this first one's gonna be music, and then let's look at some art. And don't worry, Zako, it's here. The Tavro statue is here. We're gonna look at it. Alright, let's get the lights, shall we? There you go. Let me stop the Spotify. Then let me make sure that the browser audio is connected. Let's listen to this one. Some music. Oh yeah, no worries about derailing. You know I love tangents too. Alright, so this is the first time I'm seeing this video, but Dianork has recommended music before. Ooh. My music theory knowledge is lacking. But at the very least, I can say what I like about it. No, not until I found you. 'Cause in my mind was a time limit on loving you. I had the world inside of my hands, and I almost gave up everything so I could be with you. But you'll take. I agree, great riffs. I like the jazzy feel. Well, I don't know if just having a double bass makes it automatically jazzy, but it feels jazzy. Her voice sounds so familiar, or like it sounds like another artist that we know of. Blues and folk? Like the same genre as like Adele's kind of music now. Zako, you know music? You can help me then. Quintessential blues and folk. Yeah. Anyone in chat, if you guys know better music words to use, go for it. If I could walk away from these, 'cause I'm starting to see just what I'd be if I could just let all the fear go by. I had the world inside of my hands, and I almost gave up everything so I could be with you. But you take, and you take, and you hesitate to giving the fulfilling that I need. 'Cause now that I define what I love, I'll say goodbye Yeah, same Radiation Bear. I don't know the words for critiquing, but I know that I like how this sounds. Dang, her voice is so good. Hi, Kuriketa. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Clap, patchy, patchy. But yeah, as I was saying during I should have preemptively said that like my expertise when it comes to critiquing and appreciation is mostly in visual arts, right? So I don't know the languages for or the words. you got ginataan. Nice, kuriketa. Pachi. That was wonderful. That was super nice. So I don't know all the words for like how to not really critique, but just appreciate. But or I don't know the technical terms, right? I don't know the technical terms, but I do like the sound of it. Oh, you got arsenic. You got leche flan. I love leche flan. But I saw Zako. You it seems like you know a lot of like music stuff. You were saying that it's a quintessential blues and folk. Full blues is more swinging. Oh, and you guys were talking about Crane Wives. I've actually never heard of Crane Wives as far as I know. I might have heard a song by them, but it's not like, it's not like ringing any bells for me. Blues is more like Screaming Jay Hawkins. Ah, yeah. I don't know how to describe it other than just bluesy, right? Another good example of blues is Bill Withers. Just the two. Oh, just the two of us. But that falls under R&B. The staccato for the bass was really good. That I know a little teensy bit of like music because I used to be in an orchestra, but that was like middle school. So staccato is when you like, it's a bit more how do I describe it? Like stilted, like but like I don't know. There's like pauses in there. I know music and art. Nice. Hi, beeplebees. Hello. We've already gotten started. Oh, I have a spam caller. Okay, whatever. No, sorry, not like no spam in the chat. I guess I meant to say that I have someone calling my cell phone right now, and it says spam risk. So, but yeah. Let's see. I listened to Never Love and Anchor and Tongues and Teeth. Those are the Crane Wives' best songs. Okay. I put it in another window over here. Screaming Jay Hawkins is a name I wasn't expecting to hear tonight. Yeah, just a little teensy bit of music appreciation, Arsenic. Just a little bit. Because then we're going to go into like the art stuff. Or like, I guess the visual art stuff, I should say. No repeats. Kuriketa. Nice. Staccato is shortening the note in a way that it takes just as long, but there's more space between the notes. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. I know how to demonstrate it on the cello. I just don't know how to describe it anymore. Screaming Jay Hawkins' Constipation Blues. It's about real pain. Oh my gosh. How about this? We'll loop back to the music conversation. Let's see. I have Crane Wives, and then you said Screaming Jay Hawkins. That's a joke. You have to know how like gullible I am, especially when it comes to stuff that I don't know about. I mean I I had a feeling he didn't write one called Constipation Blues, but it was like, do you mean that there's a song that like the lyrics could be interpreted? Did I just really say that? Interpreted as like constipation. I listened to one Crane Wives song, but I can't remember what it's called. Something about the devil. No debating the teacher. That's like half of their songs. The devil. It was really good. Now you know what? Instead of circling back, yeah, let's take a minute to like listen to some of the songs. Crane Wives, you said? Crane Wives. Yeah, we'll listen to a couple of songs by them, and then yeah. I Put a Spell on You. It's a classic you've probably heard. I put a spell. Well, I think I've heard covers of it, definitely. Let's do Tongues and Teeth. But let me see if you can hear it. Ooh. Put it higher. There you go. Oh, this is the sound you mean. And when you come in quick to steal a kiss, my teeth will only cut your lips, my dear. I know that you mean so well. Wait, I feel like this style, I've definitely heard it like in the early 2000s, like when I was in high school. Is that banjo? Like the guitar sound? The girl I could have been, my dear. 'Cause in the night I know you burn with feelings I cannot return, my dear. Oh my dear. You gotta know that this won't last. Desperation will erase the fact I'm keeping all of the answers in my cigarette box. Yeah, the answers in the second floor, the other shoe drops. It is? Oh, nice. I am fine with that. If you hear me typing, it's because this genre reminds me so much of like the early 2000s. And there's like a very specific band I'm trying to find now. Of Monsters and Men. That might be what I'm thinking. It's a habit. I can't help it. I know that you mean so well, but I am not a vessel for your good intent. One of the few groups that actually knows how to properly use a banjo. I like it. Like, it adds a little bit of flavor to it. I don't know how to, like I said, I don't know the language to describe how much and why I like it. But it's a unique sound. Oh, that's amazing. I think I want to listen to them more now. It's because it's just poignant enough to be heard, but not overpowering in contrast with the vocals. Excellently said, Zako. Yeah, I agree. Mega Bronson. There's another group, I can't remember if it was Mumford and Sons. It was banjo heavy and that got popular. I wouldn't know off the top of my head, but these are all things that I would want to like check out. Like instead of barreling down the street, you're taking measured steps in a sprint. That's beautifully said. Nice, Zako. Nice. So it reminded me of this one band that had a musical. It was like pop punk. However, I hesitate to tell you guys about it because um I'll say this much. I know of there was like a pop punk musical basically that my high school wanted to like do they wanted to perform this musical. But I don't know if that would dox me, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But the sound kind of reminds me of that. Mega Bronson. Green Day. I walk a lonely road. But yeah, that was some nice like music, appreciation right there. I think I'd be down for each of these streams, for each of these like these art appreciation streams. I think opening up or at least including a little bit of like music appreciation also, would be nice. So thanks for Dia Nork for recommending this song. I'm the son of rage and love the Jesus of suburbia. Oh man, Green Day is good though. Okay, not the one I'm thinking of. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Anchor is the complete parallel of the song. Okay. Let me just take a quick look at. I have Crane Wives favorited now, or I guess like follow. I guess is the word for Spotify. If you love this type of music, you'd love Wind in the Wave or the Civil Wars. Okay, I'd be down to listen. Let me type that in. Wind and the Wave. If I were to talk about like what my most favorite type of music would be, that's not just like anime openings. like the Nilu on Spotify to listen to later. Yeah. It'd be like I was gonna say it'd be like pop punk. Or stuff with like screamo. Oh my god, when Haka covered Choo Choo Lovely Winnie 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 like that one. Oh my god, that like fulfilled my soul. Next on the docket after that, I Put a Spell on You by Screamin' Jay Hawkins. I gotta listen to more Crane Wives. After my own heart. Nice. Okay, I saved all of these in like a separate tab. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the next part. I believe Nomi was the one who showed this short. It's a YouTube short. But I already have a feeling like what it's about. And let's just check it out. Let me make sure that the browser audio is playing the right thing. Wait, pause. I love Duran Gray. I've only listened to some of their old stuff, but like I love Duran Gray. All right, back to the short. Sorry, I'm fiddling with the volume. Tiny hairs? Oh my gosh. Oh, Nomi, we're looking at the video. I think it just replayed, but we're looking at that video that you had recommended on the Discord. But yeah, it's looking like you using this kind of like 3D modeling, 3D scanning. You're just finding more details, right? This is like the pupil of her eye, essentially. So I thought this was going to be something a little bit different. This is still pretty impressive because look at like this is magnified by like a billion freaking times, right? Of like what the painting looks like. But there was something else that I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be about hidden underpaintings. That's what I thought it was going to be. But this is just as good, right? Because it's like you get to see like the thickness that is kind of like splattered on with the oil painting. Just got to your short. Yeah. Wait, let me let me scroll back up. We're still continuing the music conversation. Waiting patiently to open up the pit. Exactly. That's the kind of music that brings me life. During Gray, Malice Miser. I used to listen to Gazette. What else? Ancafe, right? Ancafe, that was another one that I listened to as a kid. Or not a kid, like early 20s, really. Child Praise Their Best Song. Lunacy. I forgot. Underpainting's the most time-honored tradition. What is this, a painting for ants? But yeah, so like it's still pretty cool because like you get details from the brush, you get like a little piece of the artist himself. But the thing that I had thought that they were gonna talk about was this. Like I think this might be the best, most famous example. So like when painters paint, you know, sometimes they put like a first underlayer, right? A first underlayer, like and sometimes, you know what? Let me look up something right now. Sorry, art under painting. Here's a good example. So this is an artist that I do follow on Instagram. Their name is Not Sorry Art, and they make stuff like this. It's like paintings of ordinary things, like that, or disco balls, or places. But they usually have like a bright pink like underpainting. This is kind of your first layer, so that if anything doesn't get covered by the paint, it still kind of shines through. And if you don't have that underpainting, like for example, this looks like the underpainting was orange, right? This is another artist I might want to cover more in depth later on, but it kind of shines through, and it also kind of affects the overall color and tone of the painting itself. So that's why this artist, she starts out usually with like a pink. You actually see it here really nice. So like, actually I think this is the same picture. Yeah, it is. Actually, yeah, let's check this out. Yeah, see, this is her process. The underpainting, then she kind of like blocks out the lines and shapes. She blocks in the colors. And as you can see, you can still see like the pink underneath, right? Blocking it in. And then like slowly refining those shapes. And even when she's done, look, you can still see the pink from underneath. If you don't do an underpainting, you just see like the raw canvas, you know? Dada is, I wouldn't call this Dada. Dada is like, it's very surreal. It's like Dadaism. This is, I think I mentioned this before. This is, oh, I forgot to, you know what, let's listen to some more Crane Wives while we talk. But I'll lower the volume just a bit so you can still hear me, you know, waffle on. How come I don't hear anything now? Okay. Wait, let me catch up on chat. I think I saw the video for the hidden under the painting of Mona Lisa. I can't remember which of it. And they could be multiple drafts. Yeah, a lot of Da Vinci, a lot of Da Vinci's works have some like some hidden paintings underneath. I thought it was really the lady that dresses every metal in VK. Oh, I see. You accidentally got Lunacy's outfit? That's awesome. The otter pop piece? Yeah, isn't that cool? Let's go back to it. Okay, for some reason it's not. Oh wait, maybe this will. Yeah, there you go. This is cool because it is kind of impressionist. I think I saw Zako say impressionist. Yeah, it's a bit more impressionist. And for those who don't know what is meant by like impressionism, it's very like they say like Van Gogh is one of the people from. He's more post-impressionist, but it's basically impressionist comes from this idea of like you want to imagine the painter just takes a glance at like a scene so that they get the impression of it. And then they paint. So they're not trying to portray like the exact subject. Like if you look at this, if you look at it from far away, you can tell that it's like a big building, maybe even a mall. It looks very like mall-like to me. But then once you zoom in, you can see like the strokes of the paint right here. So actually, yeah, Not Sorry. So this artist, her name is Not Sorry Art. We kind of cheated a bit. We're going over stuff that I wasn't planning on going over, but here, Not Sorry Art. Yeah, this is her stuff. I follow her on Instagram. She's really cool. So yeah, it is like I would say more impressionist. I love underpainting. It gives the whole painting a sense of cohesion. Yeah, very true. Never Love an Anchor is a good one, please. I'm just playing from like the top 5. Oh yeah, it's gonna come up. It's gonna come up. Okay. The Moon Will Sing is top 5. Yeah, yeah, this one is good. Those things have an actual name. It's more of gesture pieces. So Randon is an impression. I think that's what he wants to go for, right? Like he wants to go for like a painterly style. So, dang. Now I'm thinking like that like guidebook that we made. Maybe I should also include like a little bit of art history stuff. Maybe as like a part 2 or something. But yeah, this is such a good example of like her work because you could see like the underpainting. Checking the shop for prints. I just called them Ice Tube. Oh yeah. Well, I grew up hearing them being called Otter Pops because I think that's also a brand, right? Like there's a little otter on them. But I think Matthew said Ice Pops. You call them Ice Tubes? Yeah, just as good, right? So yeah, all that to say, like, that's what an underpainting is. It's a little different from this. This is almost like, this is Leonardo da Vinci's Virgin on the Rocks. This is what it looks like. Oh, actually, I'll just zoom in on this. Apparently with like a little bit of 3D and like other technology, they're able to kind of, or X-ray, it's X-ray technology. You're able to see kind of like his first draft. Because sometimes like it looks like Da Vinci had like sketches or at least like a little bit of paint strokes of another painting. And then like either midway through he decided on a completely different composition. And that ended up being what we got here. This one like apparently this one was like controversial. And it's one of those like if you don't know anything about like Renaissance symbolism, then it's like, how is this controversial? And I remember reading something that it's like having Mary's hand over here next to, I think this is supposed to be her sister, is like making like a cut throat, like it's like some kind of symbolism for like, you know, that's like threatening, you know? And it's like, is that what Da Vinci like intended? Did he have something about this biblical character, you know? Apparently that was like the controversy, but I don't know if I like was reading into that too much or if I even got that accurate, but call them Ice. Oh, what coast are you from? It might be a regional thing. I'm from the West Coast. West Coast of Bear America. Call them Ice Lollies? Ooh. Virgin on the Rocks, it's what I usually order at the bar. I just realized that the song reminded me of an animator that used this song once. I forgot to put them next time. Yeah, put it in the channel. I'll use it for the next one. Next art appreciation. This is the song I was talking about? Nice. Da Vinci? Yeah, it's this is his work. Apparently a lot of Da Vinci's work, by the way, like their faces look very much like Mona Lisa in my opinion. Because he apparently had the same like muse and it was his like assistant or something. Let me see. It's like Da Vinci apprentice. This person. Like, don't the faces look the same? Apparently this was his like apprentice, but you know, you could also read it as like, you know, possible lover, or you know, like, or it could have just been like a dude that hung around his like his workshop. But apparently that was like his like muse, or he used the face as a reference for a lot of his works. Definitely regional namings. Wasn't it his lover? That's what I heard too. That's what I heard too. That like it heavily hinted that it's his lover because, you know, like if that's his muse, if he repeatedly uses the guy's face for everything, you know, I'm hoping it's not a case of like historians being like, oh, they were very good friends and they were roommates. Exactly. But yeah, so we see this a lot, the idea of like an original painting and it got changed midway through. I'll give you a bit of a warning. Some of them are kind of scary. Oh, let me allow that auto mod. Lover just wanted to troll his best bud. Hello, Mr. Rage. Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Dragon Ball Z. No, I mean art appreciation. There's a reason why we have the trope of barrier gate. Yeah, Bert and Ernie. Before Bert and Ernie, the prince name is Pop Ice. Oh, nice. That'd be so sick to have to own. But yeah, so this idea of like the artist kind of changing his mind, you see it everywhere. This is a Van Gogh's self-portrait. Oh, so apparently there's this painting over here, head of a peasant woman. Let's put it here. Oh, so it could be any one of these, I guess. This one. Oh man, this one. So this is the painting, and apparently this is what was under it. He was planning for it to be a self-portrait, which he does have a famous self-portrait. But from what I'm hearing here, that he eventually was like, oh, I'll just use another canvas, and like did this instead. It could have also been like not even like him just being like, oh, I'm just gonna do something else. It could have been like, you know, he got a commission, and he was like, oh crap, I'm like out of canvases. Because he was poor, wasn't he? Wasn't he poor? So like I feel like it wouldn't be too much of a leap in logic to be like, oh, he was probably trying to like conserve on like supplies and be like, okay, I have a commission, then I'll just use this. There's also a Baja Blast print. Ooh, I think I know what to get Beans for Christmas. But yeah. So that's a little bit of that. But thank you again to Nomi for kind of like dropping this really cool video. Because, you know, like it just goes to show, because like this stuff is found through x-rays. It goes to show like what we can find, like the more technology, you know, like improves, the more we can see like from the past, right? That's how you get stuff like, you know, in archaeology they're using, I think, some kind of like seismic geological stuff technology to be like, oh, we should dig in this area because we have ruins from like the Minoans or something like that. Man's needed rent, exactly. He was a pauper pretty much until he got institutionalized. I heard up until his death, like isn't the saying that he didn't even sell that many paintings like in his lifetime. It was only after he died that like his stuff started to sell. That's why that one Doctor Who episode with Van Gogh, like it gets me every time. It gets me every time. For those who don't know, there's an episode of Doctor Who with Van Gogh. There's like a famous scene where, or maybe I shouldn't spoil it, but basically Van Gogh just finds out that he you know, his work might have not been appreciated in life, but blah 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 blah. His stuff was hoarded in an apartment. Oh, poor guy. But okay, let's go ahead and move on. Because I think the next one is this artist. Yeah, if you guys want to talk more about like kind of classical like art history stuff, we can also get back to that as well. As a fellow poor, we do conserve at times. A fellow poor, his stuff was hoarded. Oh yeah. Okay, so I read all that. Yeah, so far we covered a little bit of music, a little bit of like classical art. So now let's get into the digital realm. This was recommended by C-May. I think C-May, you said that like this person also did your header art. This is F Crosser, or I guess Faye. Is their name Faye? Cool. I can give you the causes of death of most artists. Didn't? I guess content warning for self-harm and worse, and unaliving, but did he kill himself? This is a period to sentence of their as a period to the sentence of their biography. Okay, so we have F Crosser. You said, C-May, that it's mostly like OCs that they draw. I'll admit, at first I was like, is this that one guy from Niji Sanji, Vox Akuma? But I think it's because of, you know, like the black hair, white outfit, red highlights. But it's very much possible that this is an OC, right? He failed multiple times, but yeah, he did. Ah, I see. Oh yeah, that was the whole thing in the Doctor Who episode. Oh, here we go. And never love an anchor. Alright, let's take a look at this work. So this is digital, I'm assuming, right? But it's we were talking earlier about like painterly strokes. Gnosis from Arknights. Ah, that's right. You do post a lot of like Arknight stuff. I like it. I like it. Oh, cool. Okay, I want to talk about the techniques they used over here. But we were talking about painterly earlier, and this is such a good example of like digital painterly style, where you can kind of tell that it's made with like a digital brush. But let me zoom in. Like, I'm looking at the shading of the hat, because like you can see like JPEG artifact or just artifacts in general. But part of the appeal of like painterly style is that you can really see the artist's hand in it. So like here, I really like the shading here, because like you can see every single like brush stroke, right? I think I remember hearing someone like one of those like artist tips is which, like, you know, some people agree, some people disagree. But I've heard those artist tips where it's like, if you're doing digital art, get good first with like a basic round brush. Like, at the very least, like, get good with that first, and then like then start exploring like other brush textures, because then you'll know like basic techniques, you know, like for example, like this you could easily do with like a default like round brush in a digital like platform, you know. The shading is so good, yeah. Phase of Vesti! Very cool, very cool. Did they have any Vesti? Well, look, you can already see kind of like if they did do Vesper artwork, you could see what they would emphasize, because I wanted to look at this. This is one of those moments where you I mention this a lot. Sometimes you have an artist that's so skilled that like they make something look effortless, but it's still like is executed very well. And I'm talking about like the shine on these like brooches, or this like I guess a button or connector thingy. I can't words today. I want to zoom in a little more, because look, it's very painterly still, right? You can kind of tell what might have been their like underlying layer. They might have done the design first in black, because look at how much like the black is kind of unbroken, and then they started to layer on different colors to like give the illusion of shading and highlights. Or I guess not really shading if it starts out with black, but just different highlights. So, you know, you have the blue strokes here, blue, they're all coming from like this direction, almost like reflected light. And then you have like there's like a light orange, it's coming in from this direction, right? So they contrast really nicely, and they give the illusion of like dimension. Like, this is really good. It really makes it seem like it's like metallic or something. The links, yes, links. It's the same you'd put on a cuff. I know, clothes too, jack of all trades, master over time. Yeah, nice. So yeah, like with just a few strokes, you could like make a really convincing illusion of this, while at the same time still being very like painterly. Ooh, same here, but they use a bit more of a faded color. It might actually be the same color but overlaid. Let's see what else. Oh look, there's like a little bit of like kind of reflected light here. That's another thing, they're using color theory really well, because I think we've talked about what is it? Complementary colors. These are colors on opposite sides of the color wheel. And when they're combined together, they can make each other pop. They make each other a bit more obvious. So here you have orange and blue. Those are two complementary colors. And like, you know, the underside is blue, but here this kind of warm light that you kind of see from like, this is like an Arctic background, right? But you can kind of imagine like a morning light type effect on here. You also see it here. So contrasting that with blue is really effective, because it brings out both those colors. Looks like the same, yeah? Color theory is scary. Yeah, like, color theory is pretty intimidating. I've never taken a color theory class. I just like take everything that I know from like other classes that like briefly went over it. But it's, once you get the hang of it, like you can still like bullshit it. Actually, the Hux, the guide that we made for Randon, if you there's a whole chapter on color theory in there that if you want to check that out as well, that might be useful. A lot of that stuff, there's a lot that I'm like, oh, I wish I added this and that, but I feel like it's still a pretty good like primer on those types of things. But there's ways to like also bullshit it. Like just making your shading warm and your highlights cool, or vice versa, can be really effective for your work. Okay. Oh, cool. And this is like a little bit of green here. I kind of BS color theory too, just from painting a bunch of... No, same, Matthew. Like, it's with a lot of things in art, I feel like you can BS it convincingly enough. Yeah. Oh, look, this is another example of the complementary colors. On this side, the shading is very warm. It's orange. But over here, it's cool. It's blue. So it provides a very nice, like, contrast here. And also I'm noticing, like, there's also this idea of like visual balance of like for the most part this starts out symmetrical. If you look at it, it starts out symmetrical, but there's like ways that it's not symmetrical, right? So for example, the hair, that's the obvious way that it's not symmetrical. The background, the two mountains, and you want that breakup of symmetry, otherwise it gets too boring, right? So here they have they break up that symmetry with like the hand over here as well as this weapon over here. Because if this wasn't there, this would feel a bit, I don't know how to quite explain like visual weight or visual balance, but it would just feel off to have nothing here while you have a whole bunch going on here, like especially like the light, to have just like a bunch of light and then like kind of nothing. So they kind of balance it out with having the weapon over here. Like if you fuck around with paints and pigments mixing, you get a feel for it. Exactly. It's like any art. It just takes a little bit of practice. Okay, let's see what else. Ooh, this is kind of Vesper coated. Not even like Vesper coated. I didn't mean to say that, but it's giving me the vibes. Because it looks kind of vampy, right? This is cool though. I'm assuming is this like two different like modes of this character? Oh, it's their OC. Nice. Very cool. They got the little fangy in the ear, so I'm wondering if it is a type of vampire or just like a generic demon, right? And when I say generic, I don't mean for it to call the work generic. This isn't at all generic. It's just more of like some kind of like demon, you know? Vesper. To even, no visual draw flow. Yeah, it like if it's too, let's go back. If it's too symmetrical, it's almost like very stagnant. There's no way that it leads your eye around. Here, your eye is led around by like the use of light and shadow. Oh, it is a vampire. Cool. Okay, so right away, like I said, you see a little bit of the what's it called? The digital art strokes, right? The painterly style here. I like that. And then the use of color. So all around, or like, you know, overall, the color scheme here is very dark, right? You have like black clothing, you have black hair, you have darker skin, but they kind of offset it in a lot of different ways. So, ooh, you know what I just noticed? Look here, where this version of the character and this version of the character meet. They use light in an interesting way so they don't kind of like, they don't blend in too much with each other. Because you see how there's like an orange light here where like my mouse is going? If they didn't have that, it'd be like when you zoom out all the way like this, the shapes would blend into each other. But by doing that little like lighting trick, they actually be like, you separate them a little bit more. And then like I was saying, so they offset the like overall darkness of the work with like the light skin here, the light hair, that lighting effect I was just talking about, some touches of white and a little bit of silver. A little bit of gold too. So it's like, it's a consistent color scheme, right? It's a consistent color scheme, but they break it up so it doesn't get too monotonous. Like, when you use a lot of similar colors, the benefit is that it looks more unified. That's like the whole thing with the underpainting, right? It's more unified. However, if you do it too much, If you do too much, then it gets a little stagnant, a little boring. So you need to break it up somehow. I don't know if that's making sense, but like, whereas like if you have an art piece that has a whole bunch of different jumbled colors, you know, then then it's not unified enough. It's like, what's going on in this work, right? So it's good to have some kind of color scheme, but it's also good to like break it up occasionally with some touches of different colors. So this artist does that really nice too. Get the red highlights, the green eyes, so that's why I'm like, oh, are these different versions of the same character? Because you have a lot of the same features, but then it's broken up by like contrasting things. Cool hat. I'm gonna go Mimir. Have a good stream. Thank you for tuning in, Hux. I always appreciate it. Go get some good EPs. You do that? Nice. It's for Necromoss's roleplay group. Is that the from the OC that you showed me earlier, Sime, like a couple weeks ago? But yeah, overall, like great work, like design wise and like composition wise. Oh, cool. Kind of similar. It reminds me of Vesper so much. I hate to, like, because I never know how artists feel when I'm like, oh my god, it reminds me of this, and the artist is like, that's not what I was going for. In fact, this was like way before those characters, but you know, for me it like causes those reminders. But it's very possible this character was made like long before, you know, Hollow Stars. They could just be going off of like typical like goth/vampire like symbolism, you know, the bat with a brooch, use of dark colors, kind of the fancy clothing. So I'm assuming the same from the previous. I zoomed in too much. Just like the last one, I'm assuming these are two different versions of the same character, right? Because they have a lot of the same features, same clothing, almost exactly. The biggest change is kind of like the aura, you know. This was definitely more intimidating, and then the hair turns white. Oh, and also you see things like the clawed hands. So this is probably like, you know, monster vampire mode, and this is like their like more human-like mode. Mans is hitting a jewel? Is that like, is that what I was like, oh, a cigarette, and then I looked at the shape and I was like, wait a minute. It's eyes encoded. You're so right, Sime. You're so right. Yeah, it's like the kindly smile, but then seeing this form, it's like, he's this guy's like he's a planner, and he's the big bad, isn't he? I like how the red adds a little bit of pop in an otherwise very monochrome color scheme. Exactly, beeplebees, exactly. You get the same here too. I'm assuming you were talking about the previous one. For this one, it gets broken up with the use of green and yellow. So you get green, 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 green. But otherwise, it's pretty monochrome. They use a bit of the same technique from last time, but here it's not with the background figure, it's with the foreground. They use a little bit of like orange light here to break up the form, so it doesn't all kind of like meld together too much. Like they're distinct. Okay, last one. Ooh, SCP. Oh wait, let's open in a new tab. There we go. Leonard G. D. 1932. I admittedly don't know that much about SCP. I know about that one SCP creature that's like the Weeping Angels, where you have to look at it or else it's gonna like if you're looking at it, it's frozen in time space or something. That's all I really know, other than it just being like about like creatures, right? He's D class, so he's a creature. Is he a creature? Is that what this is saying? I don't know much about like the figure, the peanut. Yeah, the peanut. That's the one. That's the one that's the only one that I know about. Do you like creepypastas? During the daytime, yes. You can still link one if you have one. I read Ben Drowned, the Zelda one. That creeped me out. D-class are cannon fodder. Oh, okay. Experimental cattle. Expendable personnel. I love how all three of you, Arsenic, Zako, and Matthew, like, you guys had extremely different, like, ways of describing essentially the same thing. But basically, like it helped to paint a picture, essentially is what I'm saying. So thank you, the three of you. It helped paint a picture. It definitely helped to paint a picture, because it's like, oh, okay, like these guys are like, I guess I can't say not important, because obviously like they're characters in their own right, but they're expendable. Yeah, that's the one with the corrupted Zelda cartridge that's been drowned. The peanut are no longer allowed to be used as an SCP design. Usually death row prisoners offered a pardon in exchange for volunteering to tasks in the SCP Foundation. Walking war crimes? He's way too happy to be D-class. On the wishes of the original artist who sculpted. Oh! I thought, Sime, you were making a joke of like, I've seen too many peanuts for SCP. But, so you're telling me that like the original artist is like, don't do that. He meant not, oh, hey man, not all SCPs are eldritch murder monsters. Ah, you see, that's the impression that I got. I thought that they were all creatures. Except for the what was it? There's one that's like designated 420 or something. Ah, okay, I see C-May. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, I can't use the peanut anymore. Okay, so let's look at the actual like technique. Oh, I love this. I talked a little. I already talked about kind of like the digital. This one actually isn't as painterly. It's more cell shaded, but the layer of shading still has some variation in it. Because like if you look here, it's like a dull dark brown. But the more closer you get to what would be the light source, you get like a lighter and more saturated color. And when I say saturated, that just means like the opposite of black and white. And then right at the border where the shading and like the mid-tone intersect, you get this like super pigmented, super like hyper saturated line, which is a really good effect that you know, it's a really cool, it depends on like how you like that style personally, but I love that. There's a term for it, but I forgot what it was called. There's a term for like when someone like shades like this. Yeah, good expression work. He kind of has that like yeah, he's too happy to be like a designated D, but then that like it's kind of like we were saying earlier, it's Eisen coded. It's like, why he's smiling like that? Why is he really as like weak as he seems, or is he like Eisen from Bleach? Oh, even the shading is, oh look. So what I'm noticing is they have a tendency to do warm highlights and cooler shade, because look, compare like this side of the hair to this side. This is a bit more, they're both like brown, right? Like a dark brown. This is more orange though, and this is more blue. So that's a pretty cool technique if like any of you, I was gonna say suffered, not suffer. If any of you struggle with like color theory, this might be a good thing to emulate. Like, try warm highlights with cool shadows, or vice versa. No, I'm not a vice versa. I think I also do cool colors, warm highlights. It wasn't because of that that it was used for, that it's because he didn't want, he didn't want merch made out of something he didn't work. I see. SCP-999 is the tickle monster, and it fills people with joy. Squishing it. Oh my gosh. Oh, so one of the usual rules with like art, especially digital art, is to not use like pure white. I've talked about this before, right? But there are definitely ways that you can break that rule and have it be effective, and I think this is definitely one of those examples, because this seems like it's pure white, while this is like a tinted orange white. No, suffered is the right word. If any of you suffer from color theory, get help. Get some help. But yeah, I think really like stark white works well with these kind of like cell shaded styles. Most of the time when you want to avoid like stark white, it's when you are trying to do like a very photorealistic style, because it just looks too stark. Usually, like I said, like a lot of these art rules can be broken. It's just more of like a tip for beginners. Oh, and as opposed to the stark white, we also have the stark black. So oftentimes you can like that's another way to effectively break the rule of like no stark white, no stark black is if you use both at the same time. Because if your highlights are say like this color, and your shadows are like this, then it looks a little bit too different. But because they use the white plus the stark black, plus they have some in-between shading, it's really effective. So all around, great job. Great stuff by Faye, also known as F Crosser. So very nice. Feel free to check them out. And they have open commissions on VGen. Very nice. Okay, I'm gonna get a sippy of I had some Thai tea earlier, and I drank most of it, but the ice has melted, so it's like second drink. I'm gonna take a sippy, and then we're gonna move on to George Chungus. Okay, there goes the second drink. But yeah, big shout out to Sime for recommending F Crosser, and also known as Faye, who is a fellow Vestie. Okay, so this is the next one. This is recommended by Matthew. This is George Chungus, which is a pretty awesome name. Is George kind of like George of the jungle? Watch out for that tree. I imagine Chungus comes from, you know, Big Chungus. But yeah, I've seen their name in Randon's channel. Are they a fellow Randonite? Oh, of course they are, because I have there's the Randon Omino one. Of course. Punch. Knowing I got someone else into Crane Wives fills each step today with lithe. Yeah. A friend of Omina. And in grade 2, nice. So are these, what is this, Castellart? Are these, VTubers? Let me just take a quick look. Oh yeah. Oh cool. Oh, are they... Wait. Oh, they worked in the same animation studio, that's awesome! I introduced him to the Rancord. Nice. So, I do know that this is based off of Metal Gear Revengeance, right? Is it? He didn't... Yeah, so these are the three things we'll look at. So, this one, and this one. These are the three that we'll be looking at from George Chungus. I know you posted one more, Matthew. Was that the one that says Tenshi Tan or Tenshi Hazuki? Is that another work that you wanted me to look at that's also related to George, or was that like a separate one that I can save for the next art appreciation? Armstrong, yeah. Let me see if I have that GIF. So Revengeance, Armstrong GIF. I've seen the parody where it's Axel and Vesper. Oh my god, yeah, it's this one. Can I... Okay. Well, you'll just have to take my word for it. It's a parody of that, right? So, animation is another area where I'm kind of weak in terms of giving like... Or at least having like the technical terms for like critique, or not even really critique, it's more appreciation. But right off the bat, love the animation. You get all of the different details of each of the VTubers, and then when it comes to actually animating it, you get like the impact strikes, right? You have like these effects over here. Really gives a lot of oomph to the animation, right? Oh, and the background figure. You guys are gonna have to help me with the names. You mean the one Minchi did? Yeah! Did Minchi do the one that's like Axel and Vesper? Because I definitely remember seeing it. So this figure over here, she's also like not in one place, like she kind of wiggles around. Look, you see? that kind of adds more. It's funny because it adds to the idea. It's like the original Armstrong one, where it's like, yeah, the punches are being made, but they're not necessarily being moved by it. That's how strong the figure is, right? Meanwhile, like, you see over here that like she's going at it. She's giving her all. Hello! Wow, what an honor! George Chungus, welcome! Looks cringe! No, it's not! We're appreciating some art, and we just so happen to be appreciating your art. Yeah, Matthew recommended your art here. We're doing a little bit of like appreciation for it, though. You have to forgive me. I more so know how to talk about like, you know, like stationary visual art. I don't know the technical language for like, oh, I love the follow through of the thing. So all I can say is why your animations make me happy. So for one, I really like you know, you're definitely emulating the Armstrongness of it all. Yeah, welcome George Chungus. Oh yeah, if you want a nice little visual sticker, if you have at least one redeem channel point, feel free to redeem the Daily Scratch and Sniff a sticker. It's only 1 point, and you get a nice little like sticker out of it. Not like an actual one, but something pops up on the screen, and you can pretend that you collected it. And I just like advertising that little redeem. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, so looking at this. There you go. Oh, beeplebees. You got the Tahoe sticker. Zako VT, you got Biko and Ube. Nice. Nice. You guys redeemed your stickers. What is this? My favorite is the Omono. Yeah, we're gonna be looking at that. So yeah. And also, I'm actually curious as to how many frames this is. I love that, like, with each click you see, like, the figure over here just, like, moving ever so slightly. Meanwhile, she's, like, there's, like, so many different frames of her moving. I love it. Okay, so there's also this one. Tobslander. Or I don't watch a lot of her streams, but I know Randon raided into her once, right? And she's cute, isn't she? Is she a skunk or a raccoon? Can't get over how cute the stickers are. Yeah, I made them a long time ago. Let me turn off the Spotify for this. She's a skunk VTuber. Ah, yeah. I remember like her voice was very like very soothing. She was saying silly things, but her voice itself is like very soothing. Okay, let's play this.
I can't believe she finally ate the Big Mac.
Thanks everyone for watching up until now. Time for a 10-minute clock walk break. I'll see you all soon, okay? Thank you so much. Oh my god. Finally, people will stop asking me if I'm gonna eat this damn thing. Ugh.
Oh no, is she gonna blow up the bathroom?
Honestly, Tob, I almost thought you were never going to do it. Look,
oh my god.
It was a joke at first, man. I don't know. And then I just rolled with it.
Sheesh. Longest ongoing joke ever. It's been sitting there for over a year.
Oh my god.
So disgusting.
I'm gonna need some context on this.
Fun. Hey, shut up! Wow.
Do you want
Ooh, that was good, like, that was a good transition.
Shut up! Feels weird. I've been saying I was gonna eat that burger for so long now. It's like, what do you do now? Oh no! You gotta find something new to be funny about? What a struggle.
I love that she's covered in leaves.
Now that you've exhausted your longest running
joke?
Hey! I can think of something else! I'm full of funny
She had a Big Mac acid in her stream but never ate it. Ah, okay.
Okay, I gotta pop back into stream, and I gotta get the stream started. It'll go good. Maybe I'm anxious. I'm just anxious. It will be fine. Just gotta run on pure adrenaline for a few days.
Forget
I can't rest now.
me after consuming any
I have
dairy
to go back to
products.
streaming. Everyone is waiting for me. Oh
Oh
god.
no.
I don't feel very good.
Oh my god, she's. Oh Jesus.
Tob, where are you? You've been gone for hours and she must be running. Everyone is wondering where you are. Is this a part of your plans? After a while, I feel like
She's
the
a cute
joke has gone a
voice.
little too far. What?
Ah! Ah!
Dude, is that you? Oh my god!
I
Oh my
should have never
God.
ate that Big Mac.
Was that what it was?
Oh, it's just a little cuddling and like
Should have known
petting.
better. That thing smells so bad.
Ugh.
Ew! It's so wet. This is disgusting.
I'm slimy all over. God, I look like something that would be on one of those alien sighting videos. Oh God, what am I going
Not the
to do?
circle being in the
I'm
wrong
going to
place.
face all those people waiting for me.
Maybe everyone will think it's just a really long, ongoing joke.
I don't think that'll work. God, I'm so messed up. How am I going to face all those people waiting for me?
Hey, that's enough of that. Maybe that Big Mac really did go to your brain. Everyone's waiting for you, Tob. We don't care
Aw.
about running jokes or how you look on the outside. We watch your streams because you're fun to
Cat.
be around. Even if your whole body's changed for the worse, we're all here for you.
Even if your whole body's changed for the worse.
It's going to be okay. You have each other. Here you go. In honor
Not
of
the
your
Four
birthday.
Loco. Oh my
Thank
god.
you, Zum.
I deserve an award for this.
Hey.
Sure. Let me grab your Oscar out of my new backside.
No, Tob, it's you. You're the only reward I need.
No throwing at the teacher while we're looking at.
Oh, come on.
Wait,
serious?
no. Oh, sorry.
So cheesy.
To you.
Happy birthday, dear me. Happy
Aw.
birthday to me. Happy birthday
Aw,
to
cute.
me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear. The most horrific thing I've ever seen in my life. Happy birthday to you.
Aww.
Oh my god, Tob! I think it worked! I don't know what I did, but I think it worked!
My hands move.
They're pouring directly on her face. Yeah.
What did you do?
You look a little different, sure, but you're back!
Aww. That was so cute. I was gonna ask like, oh, did the actual VTubers voice it? But it's very obvious, yeah, right? And then they credited you here. Nice. That was adorable, and like even without like a lot of context, like it was great, you know. And then she debuted a new outfit. Oh, cool. So yeah, like I don't know much about like the Tob's lore, but she seems very adorable, you know. And then this seems like it's either her friends, you know. So yeah, so you guys are telling me that like she had a burger asset and she ate it. So it's not like a legit like she ate a year-old burger on stream, right? Because I started getting like I didn't watch Crony that much, but I did hear about the whole like what Subway sandwich shake, and I was like, oh my lord, is this that? Did she do that? But this is super cute. I love the there was one good transition where it was I don't like the way that I phrased that. It's not that was the only good transition, but this was like there was one transition
Honestly,
that I was like,
Tob,
ooh,
I
nice.
almost thought you were
Subway
never
from
going
the
to do
fridge.
it. Look, it was a joke.
It's
at
where it's
first,
like
man.
on her face directly, and then it
I don't
transitions
know.
to like her in the
and
mirror.
then I just rolled with it.
Sheesh. Longest
Sheesh.
ongoing joke ever.
It's
It's been sitting there for over a year.
Isn't that
It
the
was so
slide?
disgusting. But you acted like it was just fun. Hey, shut up!
Like here.
Wow.
Yeah. I like that where it goes from like her direct on face to like the mirror. And then there was another thing here with
That performance?
the
Shut up!
little like movement when when it lands. And then there was something about this like angle that reminded me of like are you guys familiar with, well, I played it once on stream, but like Humongous Entertainment video games where something about that angle and that style just reminded me of that. Almost like an animated Dutch angle. I crave a Subway. Oh man. Like where she was just there in the at the end. Like wait, there was okay. I want to see this one again.
For a few days.
Yeah, it's just kind of like it cuts to her on the floor. That's a great
I
comedic
can't rest
comedic
now.
stuff.
I have to go back to streaming. Everyone is waiting for me. Look,
Family Guy reference.
I don't feel very good.
Then the splatter. Oh my god. It was good with like how sudden it was.
Very good.
Made in Abyss. Oh, that's another thing. So there was, let me catch up on chat because there were some things that I the burger from the Health Inspector SpongeBob episode and then Made in Abyss. So I'm gonna make a lot of people angry right now, but I didn't watch a lot of SpongeBob growing up. And I think I said the reason on stream before, but it was because my little brother was very young, very at the time, and like he got freaked out by the pirate in the opening of SpongeBob to the point where he would cry, and my parents, because of that, they would be like, "Oh, turn that off. Like you can't watch that. You can't watch SpongeBob." So I just didn't grow up watching SpongeBob. And I couldn't sneak a Simpsons oh man, I would know the Simpsons references. So that's why I haven't watched SpongeBob. On the other hand, my other brother, I have another brother who like that's what he grew up on. If I grew up with Simpsons references, he grew up with SpongeBob references. I guess my parents just like they were okay with him watching it but not me watching it. And then there's a Fruits Basket reference? Where? Is it when he's like, is it the petting? Is it like this part? Is it like when Kyo becomes like, oh, spoiler for Fruits Basket. Spoiler for Fruits Basket. Is it when Kyo turns into like the cat monster thing and Toru's like petting him? I couldn't sneak in. Oh, okay. Oh, and then another thing is I haven't seen Made in Abyss yet. I do know that it's really good. I also heard that there's like a lot of twists and it's kind of horrific. I haven't seen it yet. But from what I've seen in terms of Made in Abyss, I feel like I could this is gonna sound very arrogant, but it's like I could take it. I used to watch Higurashi. I used to watch Elfen Lied. I could take it. Famous last words, huh? I'm probably gonna like watch it and be like, wow, what the fuck? It's cute like Puella Madoka Magica. Yeah, well, I like that too. But this is really it like goes from you know, horrific to like these really cute moments with the happy birthday. Her friend points and laughs like, "Oh, Shigure from the first episode and chapter of FB." Is it here? Oh my god, is it this or is it one of the ones from like the very beginning? Cuz this one reminds me of it. But yeah, this is super cute. Oh. The Four Loco, is that another like in joke about with their community, the way that it's like just directly on her face? That's the one. Nice. The only uncomfortable thing I have is just the low-key sexual thing. Ah, okay. Thanks for the heads up on that. But yeah, this is super cute. Super cute. Okay, last one. Body horror? Nice. Yeah, that's, like I said, like, I feel like I've seen my share of, like, weird body horror stuff, Guro stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it. But, alright, this is the last thing that we'll see from George Chungus's repertoire for now. But we have Randon Nuring. Silly Orc VTuber. Oh, let me turn the music back on. Okay, Silly Orc VTuber and Omana. Artist Mama VTuber. For those who aren't familiar with either. And we have here Randon is he's using a hydraulic press on poor Omana. Why? She made all those cute emotes that are popping up on my chat right now. I love her streams. I just wasn't able to tune in today because I was just so tired, but it was her birthday, right? It's Omana Day, isn't it? So what I love here is just kind of like the simple like animation here of just like press. The little lightning bolts coming out too. As someone who like, for me, I don't know a lot of animation stuff yet, you know, but there's little tricks here that really make for like a convincing little animation. So for example, like I said, the bolts just going up here, and then you have like the little squigglies. Yeah, the little squigglies around Omana as she's getting compressed. No. And it looks here that it's like pretty static, right? Like the actual like pose doesn't change. It's more so that you're like taking the asset and just squishing it. Kind of like if you're in like Paint Tool SCI or Procreate or like, you know, any digital art, like CSP Photoshop, you just press Control T and just like squish, you know? I don't know if they have something similar in like animation programs or if you like did this all manually. Either way, this is like really nicely done. And then you have the little squiggles. It's not even just one squiggle that you move around. It looks like it's like two sets of squiggles, right? It adds to like the whole like the whole comedy of her getting squished and she's like straining to be like, no, don't squish me. It's also Control T. Control T, the constant. But very cute, very cute. This is something that, okay, so I'm one of those artists that's not great with backgrounds. And I kind of like, I tend to overthink it. So whenever I see backgrounds like this where like, it's like, you don't need to line every single thing. Like, as long as it has like some consistency in the style, right? Like you have like the colors to kind of imply like either light or windows. And then you have stuff like this. Like you can still make a really convincing background. And then kind of the cell shading with like the light shading, light highlights. This is really nicely done. Oh, you see like the shapes here too. But yeah, like this is excellent. What, if you don't mind me asking, George, what program do you use for animating? Do you have like a specific one, or do you kind of dabble in different ones? Because like even for art, I mainly use Procreate, but I also have SCI installed in here. I have a weensy bit of like Photoshop experience from like the 2010s. And then I installed CSP just to make that guide to help with making that guide for Randon. Oh, Adobe Animate from, oh my god, Flash. Yeah, I remember when Omana was talking about Adobe Animate, or I think she was talking about it. Like I had no idea that like Flash had lived on. I had heard that like, oh, Flash is dead, right? But like but I had no idea that this is pretty much the successor to Flash. Which is good because like there's so many people that like grew up learning how to animate with things like, you know, on Newgrounds with stuff like Flash. It would have been such a waste if it just like died, right? So it's good that it like eventually lived on in the form of Adobe Animate. So very cool, very cool. I've been thinking of like I've animated like only like the simplest of things when I was getting into pixel art, right? It become Adobe. Oh, does that mean you have to pay a subscription for it? Oh no. I've seen that one in Omana's stream. Yeah, that's what she uses for most everything. Ah, at least it's still alive. Exactly, yeah. At least it's still alive. But in terms of animating, I've only done it on Photoshop. But I don't know. Has anyone ever used Procreate Dreams before? Is that good to? Oh no, not the fist. I gotta yard this. Always have. But yeah. What are they talking about? Yeah, Procreate Dreams. It's a maybe, right? But then again, I don't have a lot of animation experience. I have ones for pixel art, and I think that's about it. But But yeah, thank you so much, George Chungus, for your amazing animations, your beautiful art. And thank you, Matthew, for recommending them. I can't stop looking at it. Why has he got such a devious look on it? She made like birthday stuff for him. How dare he? Flash Anime gets a lot of shit, but it's because most studios cut corners like they're playing Lethal Company. Thank you, I feel appreciated. I can appreciate you some more if you want. Like, I would love to look at more of your stuff. I think George Chungus, I think Matthew did link your Twitter. So if people want to check out their work. George, you don't have it. Is this fake Go? I've been wanting to play more fake Go. Get appreciated. Let's if you guys want to support George Chungus and check out more of their cool stuff, they're here on the twits, on the tweeter. There you go. Thank you for also shouting out, Matthew. Remind me afterwards. I gotta DM you about something. Reject FGO, embrace Star Rail. Oh no! Get out. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Did someone say Fate? I played Star Rail for like a little bit. It's very pretty. Don't get out, George Chungus. Stay. I like both. But because I'm like a historian, mythological like nerd, I'm like FGO. I know people on TikTok were really excited about Procreate Dreams, but apparently it had some bugs and very limited compared to other animation programs. That was at launch, so I don't... okay. We're like, fake go to the polls, am I right? You are right. You're so right. But thank you again, George. Feel free to stick around if you want. But I also understand if you got a dip, but yeah, feel free to stick around. We're still gonna be looking at C-May's art, followed by this strange statue of, I'm assuming, Tavros from from Homestuck, and then the work of Happy You. And then I know other people put stuff in the art appreciation channel, but depending on how I feel after this one, we might have to save that for the next one. Okay. So I won't be looking at everything, but this is C-May's work. Is there specific ones that you would want me to look at, or is it okay if I just kind of pick randomly? Because let's see, Tarasque. Wait, Tarasque is a dragon, right? From like French. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, here it is. From my knowledge of the Tarasque, or I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm saying it in like the American way. You gotta scope out your competition? Yeah, there you go. Go random? Okay. So, the Tarasque is a type of like composite creature, like a mythical creature, right? That's made up of different animal parts. Like I know that there's like a turtle involved, there's like a dragon. So, is this like a Gajinka version of the Tarasque? It's like French, isn't it? Because I think, is it, this is also the, Noble Phantasm for... Who is it? Oh my god. Margaret? What was her name again? Oh, it's St. George. JK. It's St. George, right? Because St. George is a writer. I think that's like his noble phantasm, isn't it? Martha! St. Martha. So is Tarasque the NP for George or Martha? I'm getting my saints confused because I'm not a very good Catholic. Nagaraja. Oh, okay. Go random. Wait. What am I seeing in the chat? Okay. So OC of the RP group in C time. Ah, okay. Martha. There's a Naga. Oh, okay. So the Nagaraja race. Born from people's wishes. St. George was a dragon? Save Martha? Saint Martha. The Nagaraja took IRL dragon. Oh, so C-May's explaining some of the lore. Fata Mortis. Is that like Fata Morgana? Nagaraja Tarask, Disciple of Magic. Let's look at these stats. We got Strength at 4, Int at 5, Vitality at 2, Constitution at 4, and Agility at 2. Ah, cool, cool, cool. It's the dragon itself. She is the Nagaraja of One Kingdom. The Martha counterpart is Matthew. Ah, interesting. Cool. So if we look at kind of like the techniques over here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Oh, wait. Can I not zoom in on the image itself? There we go. Ooh, very nice. So, like, character design-wise, it has, like, a really nice... We were talking about it with, I think, was it, phase work? Where you have kind of like a consistent color scheme, but you break it up in certain places. So, in this example, the big color scheme is, like, mostly brown, right? Kind of combined with the skin tone and the black of the staff over here, but it's very nicely broken up with the hair. With the light blue hair, you also have like the gold eyes and the green kind of scales over here, as well as like kind of the gold brown of the horns. So it breaks it up very nicely. Same with kind of like you have the what is it, Zetai Ryoiki to kind of break up the shape there as well. St. George killed a dragon, not a Tarask. Ah, okay, okay. I'm sorry, it's lower. No worries. No worries. Because you also, like, with kind of this this quality, you can also kind of see what I like to think of as, like, the construction. Like, how you constructed the figure together. I kind of like that, because you also saw that in a little bit of phase work as well. Or F-Crosser. Where you can... It does kind of feel like a digital collage in a way, but it's still pretty unified. Because over here, like, you kind of see, like, the edges here from, like, the foreground and the background that help to kind of, like, separate it from this version of the Tarask, right? I like the tail, by the way. I think that's another thing that kind of cuts the figure in a way. You get the big old tail here. I like the staff, too. It looks good? Yeah. I think it looks good. I like kind of I see like the highlights and a little bit of shading over here. You have a little bit of that digital painterly that we were talking about earlier too. And then it looks like there's some good like texture work in here as well. Because that's one of the things that can get pretty hard when it comes to digital art, that like, you know, in traditional painting, you have texture kind of by default. It's either like the texture of the canvas underneath it, or it's like the watercolor paper underneath it, and like stuff like that. Whereas digital art, it's so smooth that like it can be pretty hard to actually like get texture out of it. But here you see like a good amount of the strokes. You see the shading. Over here with the scales, you also play around with shapes to get that like scaly texture in there. And then even here you kind of see like the pencil lines, or what kind of looks like pencil lines of like the hat. Ooh, and there's like some dimension in those wrappings as well. I rendered the dragon form is nightmare. I like the... Wait, is that 6 legs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, so yeah, 6 legs. This one, like the way that you rendered the dragon form in the back kind of reminds me of like storybooks. Yeah, exactly. It's like a chalky look, like Zako said. Especially here, this kind of reminds me of like are you guys familiar with the Rainbow Fish? The old like children's story from like the 90s, I want to say. Something about it reminds me of this. Or even like something about the face. Do you guys know where the wild things are? Like that's not me asking a legitimate question. That's the name of the book. where the wild things are. Kind of reminds me of this kind of like you know, like it is meant to be some kind of monster, right? But it's also rendered in a way that makes it kind of like cute and charming. So even if it's supposed to be like kind of terrifying, it has this quality of like also being kind of cute. Rainbow fish, my beloved, yeah. Same with the little, look at the paws of the beast. So yeah, that's the Tarask or Tarask. Taraske. I don't know. And these are some more like renditions of ooh. Oh cool. Oh nice. The fire effects look This looks very painterly. Let me go to... Let's look at this one. Wait, didn't you... Okay, so didn't you also send in an OC that had like this kind of translucent coat effect? Because you... like, you're really good at it. Like, it's a bit of... It's a fish on fire. Oh, is it? I could tell you more lore. Yeah, please do. Please do. It is a fish on fire. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yes? Yeah. So, like, I remember you, you also had this translucent coat thing going on with your OC. Oh, I like how the tail is kind of like... You see, like, where it's bound, it still, like, kind of bounces back up. Or arcs up, kind of. This was your first attempt? It's good. It's good. Because, like, for one, you know how I said earlier, like, there's that rule that people say about, like, don't use, like, stark white? This is another one of those exceptions where you can use it as kind of like a highlight for something that's translucent. Or metallic. I feel like if you're trying to portray something metallic, that's where you can also use really stark, like, highlights. Nice, let's go back. See, unidentified roaming creature. This is so cute. Oh, I really like how you did the highlights. Translucency is really nice. Yeah, the highlight work makes it really convincing. This is also very storybook-like. Something about this is like, this is a character I would see in like a fantasy storybook. Ooh, wait, what's going on there? Is this perhaps an arm? Is this like a monster arm, or is it... Because it doesn't seem like it's like... At first, I thought it was like hair at first, coming down. But I realized this would be the hair shape, kind of trailing down into a ponytail. This looks like it's coming from this sleeve. So is this kind of like a... what was that anime? Parasite situation over here? Yeah, I mean, you did title it Unidentified Roaming Creature. It's tentacles! There you go. Is it like this might be a bit of a cursed question. You guys familiar with Saya no Uta? Like, not drawing on the like I don't know, it just reminds me of like, you know, cute girl, but then there's like something monstrous hiding beneath. Sorry, I had to mute to burp. Yes. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that, you know? Of like, you know, girl with long hair, or I'm assuming gender, but like, you know, long-haired figure with like tentacles, you know, something monstrous beneath, and kind of like the little like small smile is kind of like a little knowing, like, yeah, I could kill you. Colors wise, I like kind of it's like a muted. I kind of like that it's all kind of like muted in a way, because like this isn't like a super saturated brown. But it's broken up by this, like, this one is still kind of like a muted lime green, but it still breaks up because, like, this is like kind of a muted forest green, like a dark green, muted brown. Even the tentacles are like a muted purple, and this kind of breaks it up, along with, like, the light parts of the skin and the shirt. Very nice. Very nice, like, brush and texture work. Very nice color work. Alright, let's do one more. Oh, there's so much to pick from, though. It all looks really good. My eye was drawn to this. Ooh, okay. Cute. Prologue? I want to zoom in more. Let me... This is really nice. Okay, so it's very atmospheric. It's a little mysterious. I think, so I was talking about this when we were looking at George Chungus's background for the Randon and Omano one, but I kind of like, you know, the background over here. Whenever it's lineless like this, I just like, Artemis, my beloved. Oh, it was for another roleplay group. Nice. I like all the art you make for your roleplay groups. It really like kind of brings the story alive. But yeah, I'm a big fan of like kind of lineless style when it comes to backgrounds. Because in it, I feel like it also emphasizes the foreground just a little bit more. But also, I think the little bokeh, the little like, I don't know if these are fireflies or just kind of like atmospheric particles, but this also helps to kind of break up the monotony of like the background. Because like, if you didn't have them, the only thing that would be separate, like, you know, it's overall very blue, right? Even with the trees, that's good contrast, that's good, you know, like values and stuff. But if you didn't have the bokeh, the lights, you would just have the mushrooms, like these things over here to kind of break up the background before it goes on into like the grass, right? But because you have all this yellow that's kind of like highlighting the darkness behind it, it's really good. Like, it works out. It breaks the monotony of it. The composition is really nice. Yeah, I agree. Everything has a lot of like breathing room, like quite literally, and like I said, visual space wise. You have this character over here. You could have easily like overlapped it here, but like if you did, it would have been too crowded, right? Both characters kind of have like quite literally like room to breathe. Actually, I feel like every time you see like these bokeh light effects, it also like it helps to like break up the darkness without kind of ruining the mood, because the darkness kind of like adds to like the mysterious feeling, right? It was around 2018-ish. So this was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 6 years ago. Oh my gosh, time flies. Time flies. Because yeah, even this form, like overall, there's a lot of like kind of darkness right here in the middle, but the little bokeh helps to break that up. And then just like kind of thinking about the piece like compositionally, kind of like what Babanana was saying. So like you have this character here like way kind of hyper focused in the foreground, but they're looking this direction. You know, we have this character in the background, but not too far away. She's looking in that direction. That kind of gives us like a little diagonal. Bless you, Beans. Because like if you didn't have that, I don't know. So diagonal lines typically in art, it kind of helps to. It's like the opposite of horizontal lines, where it's like horizontal lines are like very much stability. It's like stability, or like, you know, it's like a nice little flow. Diagonal, it almost feels kind of chaotic. So even though overall the composition feels kind of like stable, because you have kind of like even ground and then you have these tall trees. That's kind of first glance. At your second glance, you see a little bit of like diagonal, like, I don't know, your eye gets led a little bit diagonally. Yes, blessed be the beans. So that helps to add a little bit of tension to this kind of like mysterious scene. And also like there's a light source. You can kind of see like through the gradients here, there's a little bit of a light source. So that begs the question, like, what's going on? Like, what does this character see? Because this almost looks like, you know, you're just looking around to look around. This looks like they're focusing in on something that's off screen. So that also kind of adds to a little bit of the tension. She just arrived to a strange world, being guided by a doggo. Glad I could convey it. Yeah, there you go. So you see a little bit of that determined look. Like they're doing their job. They know where they're going. They're going towards the light source. Meanwhile, she's kind of like wandering eyes, right? Like this character, like her eyes are wandering. She's looking at like everything around her. So yeah. I think you conveyed that really, really well. And to think that this is from like 5-6 years ago. You know, now you could look back and be like, oh man, now I can like portray that even better nowadays. Yeah, good job. So that is the work of Sime, who is currently in the chat right now. Congrats, good job. They have a lot of really, and this is their old artwork. So if you want to see their new stuff, should they follow you on Twitter, Sime? Is that the move? Anyway, let me know. But yeah, that is Sime's work. Let's see who's up. Oh, this is next. Zako, you're up. I know you did. Well, I'm assuming you didn't make this. You just linked it, right? But yeah. Sime, let us know. Let's see later. Okay. But yeah, everyone, like, feel free to appreciate Sime's work. Now let's move on to this one. Absolutely terrifying. You posted on Discord. Okay. Cool. Okay, so this was recommended by Gods. No, I didn't. Yeah, I assume that you just linked it, right? Mother of God. Mother of God. Yeah, thank you to Sime for sharing your art. It's horrifying, I love it. So yeah, this is Tavros, right? Was that his name? Tavros from Homestuck? Are any of you in the chat, are you on the side of I've never consumed Homestuck media ever in my life? Or are you traumatized? Are you like... No, just kidding. I was a Homestuck fan back in the day. So I definitely remember a lot of it. I'm glad I can make you all suffer like this. Oh hey, it's SCP-173. What's that supposed to mean? I need something to really like gather what's the scale of this, because this makes it look like it's pretty small. The foil makes me think that it's for sculpting. You never knew Homestuck? Oh wait, sorry. That's the next artist we're gonna be looking at. Oh my god. It's coming right at you. Coffee wasn't doing, but this one woke me the fuck up. I tried to get into Homestuck, but I couldn't get into it. That's understandable. It's definitely one of those, like, you kind of had to be there. Because if you just marathon it, there was also, like, a certain, I don't know, there was a certain thing to also, like, seeing all the updates as a community. Because I remember when people were, like in the thick of it. Oh lord, he coming. Approaches your location. Oh my god, it's just like my bear of the polar variety. He is go fast. Oh, SCP-173 is a weeping angel. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Homestuck. When we were in the thick of it, people would be like waiting on bated breath for like an update, right? An update to the comic, because it was still being kind of like serialized. And I remember I had followed so many Homestuck people that all someone had to tweet was update. That's all it took. All they had to write was update. They didn't even have to say Homestuck update. They didn't even have to say like, you know, like update to this comic. All they had to tweet was update, and everyone would go to the Homestuck webpage for the update. That's like, you know, that's how on it everyone was. So I feel like what added to the experience of this was kind of the community of it. And that's not to say like, oh, there's no longer a community today, but now that it's not being like actively serialized, it's not the same, you know? But I think, oh, excuse me. I think you could still enjoy it though. I think you could definitely still enjoy it. It has like some really good Flash animation. Really, really, really good. Or I'm assuming it's Flash. But yeah, I do want to say that was another aspect of like enjoying Homestuck back then. I'm a Homestuck OG. I was there when we could submit names for the kids. Oh my gosh. That's right. It was always like the 4-letter names, right? Like Dirk. I was there when MSPA's website was first made. There was a sequel, Homestuck 2. I don't even know if I caught the ending to Homestuck 1, if I'm being honest. But let's go ahead and analyze the actual work itself. So the foil makes me think that this is like, that's the skeleton for like a sculpture. I shit you not, they made a sequel. Okay, maybe it's time to get back in it. Is the community still the same though? Are they still... By the way, this is another fun fact for any fellow OG Homestuck folks. I was at the convention where the bucket incident happened and when the Sharpie incident happened. I want to say they actually happened at the same con. So yeah, that's my little Homestuck fun fact. But so I don't know that much about like 3D artwork, but this, I know that when people sculpt, they have like a skeleton. Usually it's made up of wire as like an actual kind of skeleton, and then they put foil to kind of help develop the shape. So that's like, seeing the tinfoil here is giving me that impression. I just don't know what this is. Like, what's the actual sculpting material they're using? Because it looks like it's like some kind of cotton or something, but then they're able to draw. I'm assuming this is like pen. Could be ink pen, could be ballpoint pen. But they just drew on it. So it's clearly a medium where you can do that. But I have no idea what it is. That's the thing. Didn't they make a Homestuck game? I am not sure. It's based off a video, or like the webcomic is like, they tried to kind of emulate the feeling of a video game, but it's not a video game. No Sharpies, no ball pit. Oh my god, that's the tears of children. And probably, it looks like they're masking tape. Oh! I think you're right. I think it's masking tape. There's like 5 games? Oh, man. See, Zako's soul is more blighted than mine because I didn't know that. I just know like the webcomic. I think you're right though. I think you're right. I think it's armature is the word. Armature is the like is this, right? And then to kind of give him like the skin, you know, I think it is masking tape, and then they just drawn it with some kind of like ballpoint or ink pen. They might have colored the why? Know me. How could you? Oh, it's gonna go back to my default and it's gonna whenever yep. I gotta figure out a way to like maybe not make my default on F1. It vexes me so. Some chapters had point and click. Oh, okay, okay. This is an affront to the gods. I mean oh, thank you for the pet, beeplebees. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it looks to me like it's ballpoint pen. I'm not sure how they did the horns. It has the same color as like Cheetos, but I don't want to say it's Cheetos. The clothing though, this seems like it's from like a Barbie. Either that or they like handmade it. Put it back in the kiln, it's unfinished. Put her back, she's not done yet. Oh my god. I'm gonna show you guys something. I already feel my voice. No. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I was trying to hydrate. Put it back in the kiln, it's unfinished. It might just be marker coloring on the horns. That's so something about this makes it look like it's scotch tape and then marker over it. You know what I mean? I don't know what about it. It might just be the JPEG artifacts. But like it's very possible that it's like this is masking tape. This might be scotch tape. And then they colored over it with like, you know, just washable marker. Which adds to like, because not only is this horrific, as beeplebees is pointing out, especially with the lighting. You know, you got this very stark lighting in the background, right? It adds to this feeling of like jank that kind of makes it even creepier. And then you combine it with stuff like this. Fastly approaching your location. Oh my god, that gives us more detail. Wait, yeah, look! Isn't this scotch tape? Look. Okay, that looks a little different from like oh no. I was gonna say like it looks way too different from masking tape, but no, look at these parts over here. I think those could be the edges. So yeah, it's definitely like tinfoil to like have the shape, and oh god, that like disturbs me. It makes me think that without that shirt he would look like emaciated, like he's starving. Hide, hello, what am I looking at? So this is a interesting sculpture that was submitted by Zako but not made by them. But yeah, it's we were trying to figure out what it's made out of, but with this close-up we think that it's like tinfoil under. And then masking tape, and then like the horns have like a scotch tape thing. It looks like hot Cheetos. Well, actually, you know what? I think it's just this part that has scotch tape. Everything else looks like it's like directly applied, like onto either masking tape or something else. Your Honor, this is the scariest moment of my goddamn life. I'm gonna see this guy in my nightmares, and why are the horns so pasty now? Uncanny Valley activated. You're all making my therapist happy, for I am filled with twisted joy. Why the clothes look like gauze? These look like they're doll clothes. I think it's just the way that it's sewed. It kind of has like all these holes over here that does make it look like it's gauze, but this looks like it's like made for like a Barbie. It's definitely cursed, whatever it is. It's Tavros from Homestuck. He's one of them trolls. You know, actually this person's PFP has Tavros. That's what he's supposed to look like. Is this okay? Now I'm curious. I know I shouldn't just be looking at random people's like media, but did this person make it? Okay, I see a lot of memes, so it's very possible that I don't know if they made it or they just reposted it. It's a totem for our sins and entropy. Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, so I guess just looking at stuff. I think most of this was not even like I know we should also appreciate it, right? But it was also just figuring out what the heck is going on with how it was made, right? In terms of appreciation, I like the creativity of materials. You know, like it really does add a very uncanny valley feeling to everything. The little teeth, holy crap. They have to make a submission to get appreciation. No, like yeah, like we want to appreciate any and all art, but as you can see, there are some points where I'm like, all right, we got to get creative with this appreciation. No, this doll has no origin. It's like most creepypasta pics. There's no origin. Holy crap! You can't fool me. That's not a Homestuck character. That's my sleep paralysis demon. If I found that in a forest, I would try to leave as soon as possible and try to forget I saw it. I love and hate this thing as a piece of art and commentary on the cancer that is the Homestuck fandom. Oh no. Brother, I was in the Homestuck fandom the same time I was in the Hetalia fandom. I'll just say that. That's not me being like, hey, you can't say that. That's me being like, you can say it more. Yeah, I will say they got the eyes pretty uncanny valley. They definitely, if their aim was to make it uncanny valley, was to make it kind of like horrific, they definitely did it right. Because you know, but you know, I don't want to like, what if the person is in chat right now and they're like, how could you? I worked so hard on that. You know, then I at least want to compliment the eyes. They're very expressive. They remind me of Digimon eyes. The little smile and then the nose. But good creativity with materials as well, so my condolences. Making do with what you got while still embodying the hex, that's what it is. This is terrific at being terrifying. 10 out of 10. There you go, C-May. See? That's a good way to like... You know, it's like, if that's what they were going for, they did an amazing job. You ruined our fandom's attitude at cons? I know. I'm well aware. But yeah, so that is this Tavros sculpture. So thank you, Zako, for cursing us. Like, stop shrimping. Okay, yeah. I will stop shrimping. Let me adjust. You can tell me that it's a beautiful disaster. A cruel angel's thesis, if you would. I think I would. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think let's do just one more artist, and then we'll just chat for a little bit more. And then I think I'll call it, because I was thinking like, oh, maybe I could just cover more art right now, especially beeplebees, the Digimon one that you recommended. Definitely want to acknowledge them, but I do feel my voice going, so we might have to save it for the next one, which would be 2 weeks from now. I'm glad I contained souls even at the slight stain. You did. Okay, so this is gonna be our last artist for the night, and then we'll just chat a little bit more after. But this is Gummy. This is Happy You. I can finally let my nightmares take over. Goose Night. Yeah, have a good one, Zako. Thanks again for recommending some art for us to appreciate. In a strange way. We appreciated it. Oh, and also thank you for the music, you know, like terminology as well. The music feedback. But okay, this is Happy You. So I wanted to say, beeplebees, this is one of my favorite artists. I followed them way back in the day, like at least since 2020 on Instagram. And they are known for like, so when you recommended it on the Discord, I was so happy. I even downloaded, they have a brush packs. I even have their brush packs on Procreate. So So yeah, this is the work of Happy Use. I'm pretty sure this is digital. However, they make really good use of like different textures and different brush packs to make this very, very like painterly style, right? And it's all very cute. In fact, we can actually take a look at some of their other work. Because I want you guys to get kind of like a good idea of just like what their general work like is like, and then we'll take a closer look at the one that beeplebees specifically put. So as you can see, it's very like it feels like it's made with like layers and layers and layers of like either paint or in this case like, you know, crayon and stuff like that. It has a like a very whimsical feel. They usually do like really cute like little characters. And sometimes they have like scenes like this, and sometimes it's just like a character against a white background. And actually this really helps to show like what I mean by like using highlights in like a realistic way. Or maybe I shouldn't say realistic, I should say convincing, like in a really convincing way. So yeah, it's just very, it's like an oil painting almost, but like the strokes also make you think of like crayon or chalk. So this is what you usually see with their style. Stuff like this, for example, their highlights are really nice. Well, actually, we'll come back to this one. Let's come back to this one. So let's go to the one that beeplebees specifically linked in the Discord. So it's a nice little tranquil night scene. We got a little bunny kind of just chilling. They're in like kind of this long grassy terrain. And there's stuff happening all around. It's a very nice starry night, and then kind of over here is, I don't know if that's a structure or like this might start to enter a little horrific if we think that it's like two giant figures, but the fact that like it's in like a color that kind of matches the background, that makes me think that these are just two big structures that happen to look like animals, you know? Yeah, it's so adorable. I also want their style. Yeah, I would recommend if you use Procreate, like download their brush set. I think you do have to pay for it, but it's really nice. It does add to this like very textured work. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a closer look at how they kind of like build this illusion of like it's digital, but it's also painterly. So for one, let's zoom in on the little bunny, because as you can see, when you zoom out, it just looks like a little bunny, right? But when you zoom in, you start to see the paint strokes. You see it like here, right? But it's very light. So it seems like they quite literally like layer it up, right? And then what's really interesting is their use of color too, because like if you look at how they, this little bunny looks like it's glowing against kind of like the dark background. And that's because like the shadows aren't too dark. The shadows are actually just like, if we assume that like, I don't know, let's say that like this color over here is like the base color. The shadows are just very slightly darker. And then dark is here to show like a separation of shapes, so you can tell where the body is connecting to the head. But the highlight, like there's also a little bit of highlights here. It's a gray. Like if you look at if you were to color pick that, that's more of a gray than a white. But that kind of adds perfectly to kind of like this night atmosphere. Ooh, that's nice. And then the highlights, the actual highlights are like, they're not that much brighter, but they're more saturated. So if you want to experiment with like kind of emulating this style, I would say get a base color that's like a pastel, make it just slightly darker, and then use a completely different hue for kind of like this kind of like weird mid-tone type thing. And then just something a little bit more saturated for the highlights, and a little brighter, because then it creates like this glowy effect. I like how the color of the color of the grass is reflected on the bunny. Yeah, you see that as well. I think that adds to this like kind of this blue-gray kind of like feeling, or this color. And the little details in the grass remind me of candy. Yeah, exactly. It's like konpeki. This really looks traditional. So that's why I'm actually not entirely sure if it is like digital, because it's very like it can be very convincing. Like some of these look like they have like, you know, the artist thumbprints. Yeah, little butterflies, little flowers. And as you can see, they make it look effortless because all it is wait, let's compare this. No, I think it's digital. It's digital. Because look, you have to like look really, really carefully. But you basically see the same shape repeated like here and then here. So I do think it's digital. She just uses a specific brush, but they use it so convincingly that like I'm not entirely sure. I'm like, I don't know. This actually could be traditional. I'm like not 100% sure. Speaking of texture, there's a lot of different textures in here. Like if you look at the night sky, very brush, you know, like brush plus splatter. Like when you do traditional artwork, you don't have to just use the brush in one single way. You could also splatter paint. You can like, I don't know, swish the brushes around to make an effect like this. And they really emulated that feeling. Oh, let's look at how they make the moon look like it's glowing. Let's look at this real quick. This reminds me of like how the sun like actually legitimately looks. Like if you look at like a photo, like one of those space like astrophotography photos of the sun, it's not just like a perfect orb, right? It has like little flames going around it because it's like a big ball of like gas and plasma, right? So this is almost emulating that. I don't know if that's intentional, but like it works. And you have here like a yellow on the outside, but it's more of like, it's so bright that it's almost white here in the center. But to make it more atmospheric, you also have like, you see these colors here? That's from the cloud, or what's supposed to be like essentially a cloud in front of it. But it's so light, but it makes it like more atmospheric. I love the blue scheme. Yeah, I like that it's overall very blue. And then the only things that break it up are like the little bunny and then the shading here on this structure and then the moon and the comet. But it's broken up really, really nice. And you also have like the flowers over here too and the butterflies, but like compared to like the shininess of everything else, like it does break it up but not as much as these do. The grass is also really nice. This legit looks like it could be done with like crayon or like pastels or chalk. The texture is really nice, but it also adds this whole feeling of like, oh, they're just chilling in the night grass, you know? It's like a story. Like I would definitely pay for like a storybook by this artist. 100%. And then this, like, whether intentional or not, also looks like the Milky Way. Like like I said, just a lot of texture work. And then a really good way to hide your signature, make it so that people don't try to steal it and erase it, is by putting it in like those textures, right? Because here, by contrast, the way they put their name isn't super textured, but it's still very much visible because the background is so textured. This is really good. I also want to kind of like emulate this style if I could. It's really nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at one more thing by the same artist, and then we'll chit chat from there. Mookie mentioned, yeah. Just because this one drew my eye, and it's also a really good demonstration of like how you can use highlights, and how your highlights and your shadows don't have to just be one color. Even your midtones don't have to be one color. Oh wow, look at the jewelry. I'm gonna get something real quick to demonstrate what I mean, because I keep on saying these vocab words, right? I keep saying like shadows, highlights, and midtones. I'm gonna get an example from the Randon guide right now. Ooh, I just need to stretch my back a little more. Hehe. But jump scare. Let's go to this is the gift that we made for Randon. It's basically like an art guidebook. And I might as well like promote it here, right? So this is what I mean for those who aren't familiar with like light logic, which is like basically just how like light works and like how to render it. Highlight is where, okay, here's the light source, here's the object. When it shines light down, the brightest part is the highlight. The darkest part is the shadow, but then there's also the shadow that's created by the object itself, which is the cast shadow. But even then, separating the cast and the core shadow is this reflected light. So that kind of separates the two things. Now the actual like color, like the actual like color of the object is what's called the midtone. It's in light, but it's not as light as the highlight. So for anyone like trying to learn about that kind of stuff, I know I just kind of threw that all at you all at once. But you know, I feel like the image also kind of helps. hopefully. Basically, if you didn't add any shading at all, you just have your what's called like your base. What's it called? Like your just your base colors. Your mid-tone is basically what would be your base color. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to this one. So, going off of that, like, what would you say the mid-tone is? Like, what do you think is the color they first use, and then what did they add above it? If we look really closely, I would say that this is probably their base color, like this gray right here in the center. Because then you see all of the other colors are kind of like layered on top of it. Like you see this like, this is actually such a good example, like when put with this one. Sorry, no, with this one. Let's actually zoom in. Because you have the highlight, and then here you have multiple colors of highlight. And you have your mid-tone, and then you have the shading. Well, actually, I'm not seeing a lot of... You kind of have shading. Like this color. It's not darker, but it is different, so I think that would count as the shading. But the more saturated it gets, that actually gets more into the reflected light. This is like the light being reflected off the surface. What this artist does, though, is they take creative liberties with it. They're not saying that the light is both blue and pink. And they're not saying that the surface is like this little like magenta color. They're taking liberties with it. They're kind of breaking the rules, but they're doing it in such an effective way. Because, look, like I said, the highlights are like, they're blue, but they're also pink. But they're also up here, bright yellow. So, you know, it's not necessarily like the most realistic, but they do it so effectively that it just works. So that's the head, and then they also make depth with like the eyes over here that are kind of bulging out, but they have these nice little cute shapes. And as you can see, the shapes aren't exactly like... They didn't try so hard to make sure that it was like a perfect star, right? It looks like they just did like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And like that's all they really needed, right? They don't need it to be like a perfect star. Like over here, you guys see like this very light star shape? It doesn't need to be perfectly star-shaped. It still has that, like... It's like Impressionism, like we were talking about earlier. It's like Impressionism. You don't need it to be exact, you just have to have the impression of it. And it still reads just fine, especially when you zoom out, like that. Same here, like if you zoom in, it kind of looks messy, right? But like, that doesn't really matter, because it still like looks really well when you zoom out. It still reads very well. So yeah, all in all, like really, really good. And then like color-wise, we talked about the highlights, but overall it is black, but then they use like bits of purple. They use like super saturated colors here to also break up like the monotony of it. And then what I really like is the gold, how they do the gold and like the jewelry over here. See, this is such a good example. So if you look at their highlights, they don't use like here, this shaded white color is like more of like a tan color. But if you look at any metallic part, look, okay, this is such a good comparison. Look at this ring compared to this one. The shading color here is very intense, but it's not white. It's like a light yellow. Here, it's like almost white, because you can tell by the background as well. But it works because of like, that just shows how intense like the material is, like for metallic things especially, or even gelatinous things. Stark white works really well. And you see that here too. Yeah, so this is a really nice like impressionist style. And very cute. Very, very cute. But yeah. So this is the work once again of Gummy, also known as Happy You. I'm actually gonna follow them on... I already follow them on my Pau Pandan account, but I don't follow them on my Bubinka Bear account, so... Yeah, check out their work. Really nice, really textured, and they also share different brushes, like this. They got oil paint and texture brushes. I do think you have to buy them, but still. It's really nice. So yeah. Yeah. Alright, we got through everything. Great art. Yeah, thank you, George Chungus. Isn't it nice? It's really nice. So if you guys also want to emulate that style, you totally can. Well, of course you gotta practice, but that's to deal with all artwork, right? Okay. When I shifted my back just now, I felt a sudden jolt of pain, so I might have to end a little soon. But let's go to our Zatsu screen. We got a little bit more art behind this as well. Oh, thank you, thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, so if any of you are interested, I do have a Discord server. It's called Babinka Bear's Bungalow. I also have my social media, so the command for that is Sochmed. Or if you want like a creative way to remember it, I think Mega Bronson always says it, suck my D. But yeah. Oh my god, the captions actually thought I said it. Okay. But yeah. So that's where you can find out more about like my schedule. I'm down to chat a little bit more. Let me just get a sip of water. And then like let's chat for a little bit and then we'll call it. Oh, your back hurts too, Matthew? Oh no. But yeah, that's our art appreciation for today. For next time, it looks like I already have a queue going. Mr. Teacher, I fell asleep during class. Did I miss the graded mosh pit? No, you didn't. You didn't. No, the mosh pit is when you guys are so like unengaged that you start just like throwing a whole bunch of things at me. Thank you for the follow, George Chungus. And you got the Maha Blanca sticker. Nice. You redeemed your daily sticker. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Nice. Thank you for the redeem. I'm glad. No, we didn't have a graded mosh pit yet. I still have to figure out how to like why? Why did you both? Why both of you? Pourquoi? Huh? It's because you guys. Hey! You guys want the mosh pit? Is that what you guys are telling me? Should I be listening to my student body like this? Okay. Hey! Why? Okay. Let's. Should we listen to? Oh, I know what we should listen to. Hey! Why is it everyone? Why everyone? I have just the thing. Not Mega Bronson giving the thumbs up. Alright, how about this? My back is hurting actually, so we're gonna listen to one song, we're gonna have our graded mosh pit, and then I'm gonna call it. And then we'll raid into someone else. But for now, let me stop raids on my channel. Start stretching in the middle of the classroom. Okay. Let me just get to the right one. Yeah, this one. Nah! Okay, so for your other VTuber fans or like any Hollow Stars fans out there, we're gonna listen to Haka's most recent cover. Let me just make sure I'm sharing it. Oh, the little Hakito. Alright, let me stop the Crane Wives, which I will be listening to now. Alright guys, you guys ready for your graded mosh pit? I don't have any like command or any like redeem for this. It's just male VTubers. Oh no. Not the male VTubers. This is graded, but I don't have any redeem or any command, so I'm gonna leave it up to you on how you're gonna be moshing. Yeah, you could use your emotes. Use your emotes, but this is graded, okay? So do your best. Let me just make sure the music's playing. Damn. Alright, get to it. I better see a wall of death somehow. Here we go. Good job, everyone. Good job. Let's go. Alright, good. Good technique. Good technique. Oh, great. Nice. Yeah, throw in the penguins. That's extra points right there. No, I died. Okay, reconnection successful. Did you guys mosh too hard? Did we mosh too hard? Nice, nice, nice. There we go, we got the big hands, we got the big hands. Yay! Good job, everyone! Woo! Nice. I think I saw like multiple walls of death. Good job, everyone. I think everyone deserves an A for today's class. Good job. Nice, nice, nice. I think I disconnected for a second there, but but good job. Good job. Not the OG bellies. Good job. This is making me think I should have some kind of... Should I have some kind of like mosh emote that we could use for this? And then should we end off most of our educational streams with a nice little mosh pit? You know? These are ideas, you know? Yeah, A+, everyone. Yeah, A+ for very, very nice use of... We got some burgers in there. We got some wigglies. We got some Akashi wigglies. We got some fires. Cool, you guys set some fire. That's real good work. Good technique overall. Good job. Wait, how did you use an Altair one on... Oh wait, he has a Twitch. Yeah. Good job. Yeah, you know what? Let's do like a end of class mosh pit. I was just about to message you an idea for an emote. Ooh, okay. Yes. Well, I didn't see it yet, but most likely yes. But good job. Great mosh pitting, everyone. I have no feedback. Maybe on another day I'll be like, oh, more windmills? I need to see some blood out there, fellas. But yeah, I got sniped? Wait, what? Oh, for Altairs? Oh, okay. Ah, I see. Well, okay. My back's hurting, so we're gonna go ahead and call it there. Let me go ahead and see who is streaming. I'm not gonna be live tomorrow. Well, I'm usually off Tuesday, Thursday. Like, not from work, but from streaming. So, you know, you can take that Tuesday to recuperate for yourselves as well. I'll be back on Wednesday with some digital art. We're gonna draw some more cute Egyptian gods. I'm thinking maybe Anubis this time. That might be cute. Cute. So yeah, that's gonna be for next time. Let me see who we can raid into. Okay, we got Professor Lando, we got Zeus Mythos VT, we got Western Style Guy, Sushi, and Jiro. Good night, fellow old. I want Beans to watch Mashal. I love Mashal. We both love Mashal. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining in. It's always nice to have you guys here with me. I hope today was rating into Profusy. Maybe. But yeah, it's always nice to have you guys along. So I hope you guys appreciated the art as much as we all did. Sushi. Let's do sushi. Let's do sushi. What's Sushi doing? Let me actually go to my outro. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks. She's singing. She's singing Plastic Love. Okay, we're gonna raid. We're raiding into Sushi. All right, thank you everybody. I'll see you when I see you, and as always, have a good rest of your evening, morning, and afternoon. Bye-bye.